Hi, I'm Christopher Citro, and I'm here to read a poem that I greatly admire for Read a Little Poetry's 20th anniversary. Congratulations to Read a Little Poetry. I'm going to read from Charles Wright's book, The World of the 10,000 Things, poems 1980 to 1990. In this book is his book, Zone Journals, which was published in 1988. And the poem I'm going to read is called Night Journal, possibly my favorite poem ever written. I was introduced to this poem as an undergrad in creative writing classes at Ohio University, and I got to meet Charles Wright when he visited us. And I read this poem back then, and I've carried it with me over the decades, and I'm really happy to share it with you all. Complete with the sound of a jet flying over. Charles Wright's Night Journal. I think of Issa, a man of few words. The world of dew is the world of dew. And yet, 3 words contain all that we know for sure of the next life, or the last one. Close your eyes. Everything else is gossip. False mirrors, trick windows, flashing like Dutch glass in the undiminishable sun. I write it down in visible ink, black words that disappear when held up to the light. I write it down not to remember, but to forget. Words like thousands of pieces of shot film, exposed to the sun. I never see anything but the ground. Everyone wants to tell his story. The Chinese say we live in the world of the 10,000 things, and each of the 10,000 things crying out to us precisely nothing. A silence whose tune we've come to understand. Words like birthmarks, embolic sunsets, drying behind the tongue. If we were as eloquent, if what we say could spread the good news the way the dogwood does, its votive candles, phosphorus and articulate in the green haze of spring, surely something would hear us. Even a chip of beauty. Is beauty intractable in the mind? Words the color of wind, moving across the fields there, wind-addled and wind-sprung, abstracted as water glints, the fields lion-colored and rope-colored, as in a picture of paradise, the bodies languishing over the sky, trailing their dark identities that drift away and sieve away into the nothingness behind them, moving across the fields there as words move, slowly, trailing their dark identities. Our words, like blown kisses, are swallowed by ghosts. Along the way, their destinations bereft in a rub of brightness unending. How distant everything always is, and yet how close. Music starting to rise like smoke from under the trees. Birds sing an atonal row, unsyncopated from tree to tree. Dew chants, whose songs have no words, from tree to tree. When night puts her dark lens in, one on this limb, 2 others back there. Words, like all things, are caught in their finitude. They start here, they finish here, no matter how high they rise. My judgment is that I know this, and never love anything hard enough that would stamp me and sink me suddenly into bliss. Again, that was Charles Wright's poem, Night Journal, being read to you from his collection, The World of the 10,000 Things, poems 1980 to 1990. Thanks for watching.